Wait a minute, please don't
Please don't-
interfere.
Yeah.
Don't interfere.
The
please.
first UD case was done by the police on its own.
So that is not an FIR.
Started.
What
It should have been done.
the FIR registered? No FIR was registered.
That's also not correct.
People doing? Why did he not, why was this kind of inaction on the part, first, an attempt to pass this off as a suicide enters? What was the police doing? Principal resigns from this medical college.
He sent to another
He's appointed as a principal of another college. The reason why, I must make it clear, the reason why we decided to take suo motu cognizance, we are conscious of the fact that the High Court was entertaining a petition which was filed by the petitioners who are here before us, is because this is really now not just a matter relating to a particular murder which takes place in a hospital in Kolkata, which is horrific in the nature of the crime. But it raises systemic issues in regard to the safety of doctors. Kolkata is concerned. Possible couple of things from what we have. Of course, first, let me begin by saying that we are deeply concerned of the fact that the name of the deceased who was assaulted and murdered, the name has been published all over the media. Photographs have been
Yes.
published all over the media.
Correct.
Video clips, obviously, either before or after the postmortem, have been published,
Right.
showing her body, after she was subjected to it. It's extremely concerning. We are the first to recognize the right to free speech, but there are well-settled
It
parameters
is extremely painful. I agree entirely with you.
which have been laid down in now the new criminal procedure code by judgments of our court in Nipun Saxena, that you will not publish the names of the survivors of sexual assault. In this case, the person
It's a
who was-
criminal offense.
We have filed 50 FIRs on that count. 50 FIRs.
And it was circulated, nobody should publish.
Well, may I just
Identity.
inform your lordships, before the police reached, photos were taken and these were circulated. We didn't allow anything to happen. We cordoned off the area.
This is the way we provide dignity and
It's
respect the
terrible. It's
privacy
terrible.
of an individual who has lost her life as a
Yeah.
young doctor.
Yes.
But apart from that, Ms. Isabel, I'm happy that you are here for the state of West Bengal. Couple of quite a few aspects of the way
Sure.
the matter proceeded. It appears that the crime was detected in the early hours of the morning.
Yes.
After the crime was detected in the early hours of the morning, the principal of the hospital tries to pass this off as a suicide. Her parents are not allowed to see the body. The parents are not allowed to see the body
For
for
hours.
almost until late night. We find that no FIR was registered.
That's also not correct. Not correct.
What time was the FIR registered?
Mullahs, in fact, we did what is called, what we call a UD case, Mullahs.
UD case.
Unnatural death case registered,
Yes, unnatural death case.
registered
But
immediately.
that's right.
That's an FIR, Mullah. That's an
And
FIR.
Not the body is discovered.
UD case.
The FIR registered formally in the police. station.
Mullahs, inquest was done and then FIR registered immediately and the
What
investigation
time-
started.
What time
It should have been done.
the FIR registered?
12 Mullahs,
12.
12:30.
Does the FIR say that this is a case of a murder?
No.
Inquest is done. The postmortem the autopsy is conducted.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, until the night, no FIR indicating that this is a clear case of a murder has been made out.
It has, Mullahs. I'm sorry. I'll place those facts before you. It has been, Mullahs.
Lord, may I suggest?
From
Lord, may I
unnatural death,
suggest-
he registered the case
Lord,
for murder.
That-
We caught the victim. He is a civic worker, Mullahs. It's an individual act. I show all that, your lordship.
And that's the first aspect.
Yes.
What was the principal doing? Why did he not, why was this kind of inaction on the part, first, an attempt to pass this off as a suicide
Not
instead of a murder?
I'm sorry, Mullah, that's not correct.
Not registering an FIR till late in the evening. Third, the body itself is handed over to the parents sometime in the evening for cremation. Fourth, and that's a matter of very serious concern. On the next day, the doctors, because they were all doctors working with her, the doctors are on protest. A group of persons, a mob assembles at the hospital. The hospital is invaded and the critical facilities are damaged in the morning or whenever the mob enters. What was the police doing?
Yes. Well, we have videos for all. Well, let me first of all state,
Surely, Mr. Sibal,
What-
the police,
well,
a very serious offense has taken place. The crime scene is within the precincts of the hospital. Now, that is the first thing that the police have to do, namely to protect the crime scene. What are they doing?
well, that's,
Nothing.
They allow vandals to enter the hospital and.
It's impossible
That's,
that
uh,
7,000
uh,
people
first
can
of all,
gather without
of all-
the consent.
Please, one second.
allow me.
Lord,
This is-
7,000 people
one
can
second.
never gather without knowledge or consent of the.
This is not an adversarial litigation.
It's not, therefore, let us not be in denial mode. One girl has lost life
One second.
by not only, my lord, a sexual pervert, he's an animal.
Principal, after the principal resigns from this medical college,
He sent to another
he's appointed as a principal of another college?
Immediate. Yes, sir.
He doesn't resign. But anyway, be that, well, let me
His conduct, at the least, his conduct is under scrutiny, and he's appointed as a principal somewhere else?
This is all, we have a note on all this misinformation.
It's not contradict each other, there is a high court order.
What is the reality? Just show it to you.
Who is the first informant? We were talking about the first information.
Yes.
Who is that first informant? Can you name us, please?
Name him,
Who is the first informant
we
who
just-
lodged the FIR?
the one, I just find out for us.
And we would also like to know the time of the registration of the
The
FIR.
father of the victim.
Wait a minute, please don't
Please, don't-
interfere.
yeah.
Don't interfere,
The
please.
first UD case was done by the police on its own.
So that is not an FIR. What is section 174 of the old CRPC today? Can anyone assist us, please?
Yes, what's?
So that's just a report.
Yes, to start the investigation.
But then who lodged the FIR?
183.
First, the father of the deceased.
Yes.
Then
And
the
then the
vice
vice
principal of the hospital. First, the father of the deceased and vice principal of the hospital.
No, there cannot be two FIRs.
No, but both complaints were sent to us.
No.
Both complaints sent to us.
Tell us whose complaint is treated as,
Father of the deceased.
this is registered at what time?
That's what.
11:45 PM.
11:45?
PM.
And now,
Next day, next day.
Yes, yes.
The night, Mother.
The night.
In the night, Mother. In the
now,
night.
when is the body,
hours after.
one second, when is the body handed over to the parents for cremation?
Mother, kindly have this
Could you just
note
tell
that
us,
I've given.
what
Just
time is
let
the
me-
body handed over to the parents for cremation? One second.
Around 3:30.
30:10.
No.
Therefore, one thing is very clear. The body is handed over to the parents for cremation at 8:30 PM. The FIR is registered at 11:45 PM. 3 hours and 15 minutes after the body is handed over to the parents for cremation.
Well, they refused to file, well, this is the problem. We handed it over, they filed the FIR, they made the complaint at 11:45. They say, we are in shock, please do whatever you want to do. They wanted a postmortem, we did the postmortem, all is videographed, everything is videographed.
The autopsy and the postmortem take place.
Between 1:45 to 4 PM.
Now, between 1:45 and 4 PM, the autopsy takes place, followed by the
My lord, the
postmortem.
autopsy took place at 6 o'clock, not at.
Fair enough, that's all
Six.
right. We'll take it as between 1 and 4 o'clock. It doesn't take place in 1 minute. It takes
That was
time.
when.
Videograph.
One second, don't keep on interrupting.
They wanted
So
a board, we
are
constituted a
proceeding-
board.
We are proceeding on the basis of Mr. Sibal's hypothesis that the autopsy and the postmortem take place between 1 and 4:45 in the afternoon. Now,
Lordship, there is-
notwithstanding this, clearly,
Lordship,
the autopsy would reveal that this is a case where a doctor has been murdered, where she has been murdered.
Yeah.
The FIR is registered at 11:45 in the night, Mr. Sibal.
Yeah,
And who was expected to
yeah.
Nobody in the hospital registers the FIR.
No.
The father registers the, what was the principal or the vice principal? What were the authorities of the hospital doing?
No, they wanted a board, we constituted a board, they wanted a magistrate, we got the
You
magistrate.
don't need
They
that
realized
time
that
for
murder has
registration
been
of
committed.
FIR.
Well, that's key of
You don't need a medical board for
they are
registration of
medical
FIR.
college.
At the moment, at the moment, Millers, what are we considering? We are considering, Millers, 2 or 3 things, as your lordship has put to me.
Not done.
How did these photographs reach the social media?
That's.
No,
But I'll mention all this, how did these photographs reach the media? We have nothing to do with it.
No, let
because
us
we
not
cordoned off
trivialize, my lord.
everything. People there took photographs, came in, took photographs and sent it. Number 2, Millers, immediately, Millers, immediately an unnatural death case, Malad, was started and an investigation was started. Your Lordship may be right, Malad, why did it happen? But whatever the parents were doing, we were agreeing with that. We set up a board. We asked the magistrate to come, a judicial magistrate to be present. Everything was videographed. Everything was called.